Welcome to our very first Inner Circle Labs video blog. I'm Rachel, this is Jackson.
Hi guys.
And we will be hosting these once a week, and we will be talking about various topics such as what's happening in the world, politics, current events,
Tech,
things that are happening in PR. So today we wanted to talk about a very important event that happened this week.
What else?
That can't be avoided, the election.
The election.
But wanted to keep it focused on what we do. So we're going to talk about how Trump is going to affect the tech industry. How are the polls? So every single poll, not just one or two, every single poll
Was very off.
by a lot.
Never trust the pollsters. That's just what you should take away from that, and never get too comfortable.
Never get too cocky.
Don't get too cocky. Hillary should have campaigned in Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're saying that Trump focused on electoral campaigning and campaigning in like where the electoral votes mattered most.
It's a theory that a certain group of people don't want to admit that they're voting. It's the hidden vote.
All the rural, they said that was there's an uprise in the rural population that voted. I think it was like a very high percentage. And the thing that I kept hearing was either people didn't admit that they didn't admit that they voted for Trump,
or they didn't pick up the phone.
They didn't vote in the primaries and then turned up for this. 51% of billion-dollar startups in the U.S. were founded by immigrants.
Yeah, founded by immigrants.
70% of their key hires are outside the U.S.
Yeah,
or from outside.
So it's in the fabric of Silicon Valley and of the tech industry to recruit talent from wherever that comes from. They're looking for the best talent, the most skill, and the most kind of innovative ideas, regardless of where that comes from. Overall, there's just a lot of vagueness, and I think that's where a lot of the fear comes from, is that people just feel like they don't know what to expect. And so definitely I think a lot of people in the tech industry feel threatened.
Yeah, and I think we saw that in the night of the election when the stock market went down 800 points. A lot of it has to do with this idea of we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what kind of president Trump's going to be. I mean, we have an idea of what we think he's going to be, but ultimately until he's in office, no one really knows what's going to happen. So that in effect affected the stock market. The dollar fell. A lot of competing currencies fell. People are predicting a recession is going to come soon. A lot of that's going to affect a lot of tech companies who are looking to IPO or exit in some way. I know Snapchat's one that's been talked about a lot, as well as it's going to affect potential mergers and acquisitions. So across the board, tech companies should probably be a little scared. And speaking to the larger trend of inclusion and diversity, which has been a huge focus for tech companies, a lot of them are hiring heads of diversity, putting a lot of effort into the LGBTQ community, into minorities, into women.
It's a time for not only the tech industry, but other industries to feel the urgency and to actually, I think, stand up for what they believe in and implement things now that are important to them that they fear could be threatened under a Trump administration.
There are still a lot of Republicans in the House and Senate that don't agree with a lot of Trump's policies. But then I thought about it, and I realized that people like Paul Ryan, who had originally been like, no way, are now
back on
going to stick with him because they don't want to divide the party. And it's like so frustrating because people's it's a party, the whole party line thing makes me mad because people vote just in their party or follow just what their party's doing because it's the party lines versus really taking a moment to think about the issues. And I feel like they're falling back on that. If you are in the House or the Senate and you have certain beliefs, let's just say abortion because that's an easy one. Just because everyone else is voting for it doesn't mean you have to.
Right.
And I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, in America we only have two viable parties, so it's hard to. How can you possibly associate yourself with all that a party encompasses? You can't. But if you do have any comments to share on YouTube or Facebook, feel free to comment and start a conversation.
And we'll include links to some of the things that we're referencing
Yep, and read, because
Keep reading.
regardless of your stance, it is important to broaden your base of knowledge